Today's the 4th of July. Another June has gone by.
Hi, this is Peach and I have another vintage mini album to share with you, but this time around I have a patriotic theme. This 6x9" mini album was covered using papers from My Mind's Eye, the Paper Studio, and Die Cuts with a View. And the front covers, they both measure 4.5 by 6 inches each. And I used my Bind It All to bind this mini album, and I just added some sheer ribbons in red, white, and blue along the spine. On the left side of my vintage mini album, you can see that there's already a pre-made frame that's part of the design of the paper, and I just added the words God Bless America, a couple of buttons, some baker's twine, and some pearls and crystals from Prima. There's also a label holder that I had cut using my Tim Holtz die on the upper part of this album. The crystals and the lace are from the Paper Studio. On the right side, I made 3 rosettes, and I have this vintage image that I got from the ATC collection. I made frames by layering a couple of dies that I had cut using my Spellbinders dies, and I have crystals to accent this page, and I dotted some liquid pearls along the scallops of this frame. When you open the left side of this mini album, you can see that I have a tag holder here, a couple of flower brads, and I placed an envelope from 7 Gypsies in this pocket. On the right side, you can see another tag holder, and I printed out some images off the internet. These are copyright-free images, and I will be sharing the links so you can also download them if you want to, but I'll be putting them in my blog. On this side of the album, I made a tag holder, but it's more of a large pocket. This measures 5.5 by 5.5, and I made a little slit there using my Spellbinders die, a little circle slit. I had sewn around the edges using my Sew Easy paper piercer, and this is just red, white, and blue baker's twine. The image is from the ATC collection, and I layered a couple of Spellbinders frames to emphasize the image. And inside this pocket, I made a little envelope, so you could put more pictures there. These are actually photo frames, and you could tuck in pictures in this little envelope. On the right side, I kept it simple. I just made a couple of frames, and I added some liquid pearls along the scallops of the frames and some crystals from our collections. Now, at the back of this second page, I made a rosette, a couple of frames using my Spellbinders dies. And by the way, this measures 3 inches by 6 inches, and this is 6 inches by 6 inches. And when you open the left side, you can see that I have more space for more pictures. This frame is from Spellbinders. I cut it using my dies, some crystals from our collections, and this is just a trifold page. So you can add some journaling there or put some pictures. If you wanted to write some journaling, just make sure that you use dark colored ink. I also have more picture frames that I had cut using my Spellbinders dies, and again, liquid pearls and crystals from our collections. Okay, more frames, and I had cut this border using my Martha Stewart punch. And the gingham ribbon here that says Families Are Forever is from the Paper Studio. Okay, on the right side of this particular page, I have another pocket. But when you pull this rosette, you can see that I made some frames for photos. Oops. This is stuck. This is a little tight. Okay. good. At least it's not going to slip. This is just 4x4, but what I did was I had cut a 4x12, two 4x12s, and then I just connected them in the middle using Tim Holtz tissue tape so I can have more spaces for pictures. This is a double-sided paper, so the back could also be used either for pictures or for journaling. I just inked the edges to give it an aged look. See, the rosettes would make it easy to pull it out of this pocket. And this could also be used as a photo frame. Now when you open this page, there's more space for more pictures. Again, this is 4x12. I added a little swivel here. This is from the Seven Gypsies. These are photo corners. I have some crystals from Recollections. I just inked the edges, and I used my corner rounder punch to make the edges a little rounder, keep it from looking too harsh. Here, I had cut a 12x12 piece of paper. I just scored them at 4 inches each, and then I just took off the other 4 corners and used them as photo frames for the plainer sides. You can see there. So it's actually maximizing the use of a pretty piece of 12x12 paper. Again, these measures 6 inches and the other side measures 3 inches. The next page have the same dimensions as the front cover. These are both 4.5 by 6 inches. And I just added a frame from Spellbinders. This cabochon is from the Paper Studio. I also added some liquid pearls to emphasize the frame. And this looks like more like a Baroque pearl. Looks irregular to me. I have crystals from Prima, and I had cut a piece of one of the papers. It says Perfect. I added it there to make it more dimensional. And this is another photo frame. I made another label using my Tim Holtz die for this page. I have crystals from the Paper Studio. On the back of this page, you can see that I have another frame which is similar to the one that I made here. A cabochon from the Paper Studio, more liquid pearls. And on the last page, I made another pocket for pictures. But this time around, I added Velcro so it would stay closed whenever my secret sister would want for it to stay closed. These ephemera are from the Seven Gypsies, and I added a border, punched border from Martha Stewart. The stars here along the corners were punched using my Martha Stewart punch. And I made another frame using my Spellbinders dies, and I just attached some crystals along the corners. Okay. So as you can see here, I have a lot of spaces for photos and journaling in this mini album. And I hope you got to enjoy watching this video as much as I had a lot of enjoyment in making this mini album. And do have fun with your crafting. Have a great day.
And when they light up our town, I just think what a waste of gunpowder and sky.